What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Boundless Perception YouTube channel. And today we have yet again another printer. But this printer is different as this is the very first used printer I've ever gotten. I feel that I've been working on these. There's another Creality, but as you guys can tell, I have a ton of printers and I've been working on them for a while, so I felt up to par to buy a printer that wasn't working well for someone else. I just wanted to get rid of it. So this is a CR-10 V3, as you guys can see here on the side. And hopefully I can get it running. The person said that it was just something wrong with the PTFE tubing, they think. It was something small. So I didn't take on anything major like a really destroyed printer, but let's just see if this was worth it, because this printer new, I think it's like 500 bucks or so. And I got this one for like 250, so half the price. So we're gonna see if I can get it working, if everything is good, and if this was worth it. So let's hop to it. All right, so let's go ahead and open this sucker up. I'm really hoping I did not waste my money. I mean, it's only $250, but $250 is still $250. So let's see here what we got. The packaging seems to be all very similar. I can tell, of course, it was used because the build plate still has PLA on it. I'm hoping that's PLA and not TPU, but yes, you guys can see it still has some PLA on it. So whoever used it before me was printing with black. So there's also some PTFE tubing here in the what are these called, like the stepper motors. So just taking some out, taking this off. We have the base here. What else do we have? We've got the control board. Let's see here. And then what else do we have? We've got, I mean, he did package it up pretty well. There's the tubing. He gave me some extra PTFE tubing. There's the sensor, the filament runout sensor. What else do we have in here? Cleaning filament, that's nice. The bolts that hold the brackets to the frame. More bolts that hold brackets to the frame for the stabilizer rods. What else is in here? Because the rest of this is just gonna be trash, so take out that. There should be, oh, what's this here? Huh, I'm not sure what this tool is. That does not normally come included. Not exactly sure what that is. We'll end up checking that out. And then we have the actual gantry. And one stabilizer rod in there. I'm hoping there's a second in here. So, let's see. Come on. Got that off, so that's trash. Right now it's upside down. I hear another stabilizer rod in here. I don't know where it is, but I heard it. I heard the clanking of it. Wait, aha, perfect. So we do have two stabilizer rods, but I'm hoping he also included the screw that holds those together, which I think is in here, hopefully. Let's see. Yep, and then that's it over there. I knocked my light off the table, but overall, it seems to be in pretty good condition. Let me just pick this back up. There we go. So overall, it seems to be in pretty good condition from just what I'm looking at. I'm really hoping that it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this real quick. You guys have seen me assemble tons of printers. So I'm gonna skip over that, assemble this, and just see if we can get it printing right off the bat. So, you know, just nothing else added, just literally hook it up and print. So here we go. See you in a second. All right, so here we have it fully assembled. We can just pan up, pan down. You can see everything is here. And we are about to turn it on and hopefully it works. Again, the guy said it was just a PTFE tubing problem. We're gonna see. So let's see if it turns on. And it turns on. So we're off to a good start already. You can see there, it did in fact turn on. I do not have a micro SD card, but that's okay. So let's go to see here. About printer. This is a Creality 3D, as you guys can see, CR-10 V3. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see that. Come on, zoom in for me, there we go. And it is 1.1.6. I'm not sure what the current driver is for these, so I'll check that out and compare it to my other ones. But I'm not sure if there's anything actually wrong with this. All right, so I can tell just from my initial inspection of the printer here that it has been used, I don't know, maybe a decent amount, because the bed, as you guys can see, has been used a decent bit. But that shouldn't be a problem, just hoping we can still get adhesion. And we're gonna go ahead and load some filament. All right, so I'm still using Sunlu, and I use whatever the name of that other brand is, Dji something, I can't remember. I just started using them, but this is a bit of the Sunlu that I had left. So we're gonna go ahead and try to use this. I'm praying that it's nothing serious. Again, the guy said there was just something wrong with the PTFE tubing, and I'm hoping that it was nothing major, but we're gonna find out. So we're gonna go ahead, load that into there. There we go. Filament runout sensor does seem to work, so that's good. And then let's just go ahead and move this up. Well, we're actually gonna see if it heats up and if it moves and everything. Let's see. Okay, so it is moving, so that means that the stepper motors are in fact working. I think I need to go back and tighten up the rods here, but otherwise it seems to be okay. It's moving up. I'm not hearing any clicking. I'm not seeing any stopping the, well, let's move it up a bit higher. Let's see. The wheels all seem to be rolling. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good to go here. So I'm gonna heat this up, and then we're gonna see if we can get a print out of it. All right, so we have it raised to 130 on the Z-axis. Now for another moment of truth, it turned on, so we're gonna see if it preheats. Preheat PLA, and we are good. It is preheating to 185 degrees and 45 degrees for the bed. We're gonna go ahead and let that heat up, and in the meantime, I'm very excited because everything does in fact seem to be working. Again, you never know what you're going to get with a used printer, but so far we seem to be in good shape. So now I'm gonna go ahead and load a bit of the filament into the extruder here. See what happens. Okay, so this might be one of our issues. Yep, so I cannot load the filament through. So I'm probably gonna, wait, hold up. Let me see, I'm just applying a little bit of pressure to it. Yep, I don't think I'm able to load it through. So I'm pretty sure what's going on in here is there's probably a jam, or the tubing is misaligned. I'm not exactly sure what that piece is, but I'm probably gonna have to take this apart and see what the issue is, because it is not loading through. So we're gonna try that out. Give me a second. So hopefully you guys can see this. I actually opted to not take it apart just yet, but I've just been manually extruding, and there's a ton, and I mean a ton of black filament still coming out. I've been doing this for about a minute now, and black filament is still coming out, and I have gray filament loaded, so black should not be coming out. I think that may have been the guy who owned this previous issue. We still may end up having to take this apart, but I hope not. So I'm just gonna keep extruding this manually, and hopefully we'll get to the end. So let's see. All right, so I went ahead and just took the nozzle off. I was trying to show that to you guys. Yeah, right here. It's just filled with black filament. It is PLA. So right now I took the nozzle off. It doesn't have a heat block, but I'm just gonna see if a big clog comes out. And as I thought, right there, you can see it. Big old clog of black, and the gray is mine. So we're gonna go ahead, feed that through a little bit, snip it off, run it backwards so that it's not heating up. And we're gonna see if that did the trick. But yep, big old clog of black filament was jamming it up. CR-10 V3s can be a bit of a pain to take apart. That's why I'm really trying to avoid taking apart the extruder. It's not hard, it's just more so annoying, and it's a lot more time consuming than the CR-10 V2. But hopefully that solved our issue. So we're actually gonna get rid of this old nozzle because I don't know what this thing has been through. I don't know if it's any good. So I'm gonna get rid of it and try our own nozzle. So goodbye. I'm back with my own nozzle here. This is actually one of the very first nozzles I got. When I got into 3D printing, I ordered a whole bag of them, and I'm just now getting to the very last one. So I'm gonna have to order some more of those soon, but I'm looking underneath and the hot end actually looks very clean. So we're just gonna go ahead and load this one back in. If you're doing this, be very careful as it does get very hot very quickly. I've burned myself numerous times doing this, and you would think I'd learn, but I don't. All right, so it's just in there like that. We're gonna go ahead and take our, what size are these? I don't even know. I just know it's always the smallest wrench that I have in my wrenches. Ah, crap. Did not get it on there tight enough, and now it's hot. So yes, that's exactly how I end up burning myself. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it because it's really hot right now. Okay, I'm just gonna have to, just a little bit more. There we go. Suffer through it. You know what? Let me just go ahead and raise the gantry a bit more. And it's funny because I actually just bought a new set of micro SD cards because I've had a few fail. So definitely check that. If your print is having issues, it may actually be your micro SD card and have nothing to do with your printer and you. So I learned that the hard way after tons and tons of fidgeting, trial and error, whatever have you. So anyways though, we've got the new nozzle hooked on there. We're gonna have to get a heat block. But before we do that, I want to show you guys the bed again. So let me, and we're gonna have to raise the camera up. All right guys, so this is the bed on this, used printer. I'm trying to zoom out a little bit, zoom in a little bit, and this is the bed. It is very dirty, and as you guys know, that does not do for good adhesion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a mixture here of dish soap and 99% isopropyl alcohol. Go ahead and wipe this sucker down. So always spray onto here, and then, yep, wipe it down, put some elbow grease into it. And I'm feeling the bed is hot, so that's also very good. And then we're gonna go ahead, try to run some more filament through, and then get some prints going. So let's see. So, not something I do, but I'm pretty sure that this is glue because it was sticky. So we're gonna have to just scrape off any remnants of this glue because it was not coming up with the isopropyl alcohol. So we're just gonna scrape it off. I'm pretty sure it's glue. I'm hoping it's glue. It may be actually tape residue from, using painter's tape, but I think it's glue. So we're gonna scrape this off, and then we're gonna try printing. But glad I caught this. Okay, so I got all the glue off the bed, and now we're back to the nozzle. It's heated up. I've removed the excess black in there, put on the new nozzle, and we're gonna see if we can thread through gray, and what do you know, threading through perfectly. Not getting any skips or nicks or anything. It's not really even curling. Perfect. So we're good there. I've gotten as much of the glue off as I can, so now it's time to level it and try a print. And we're going to be using Transcend 8 gigabyte. Let's see if we can focus in on that. 8 gigabyte, 20 megabytes per second SD card. We're gonna see if we can get this thing going. All right, I've got my file loaded up. I'm actually gonna be printing an Owl House key that is in my Etsy store because I just received an order for it. So I was like, hey, why not go ahead and knock it out now on the new printer? It should take about 5 hours to print. So I don't recommend doing such a long print on your first print job, but I believe in myself, so we're gonna go for it. Just gonna go ahead and use my old piece of paper here that I've been using for tons and tons of printers to get the leveling of the bed correct, and then we're gonna go ahead and go for a print. And after that, I will likely see you in 5 hours, so be back. So there is a slight problem. I'm getting really, really poor adhesion. So what I'm gonna likely end up doing is just using adhesion tape, or sorry, blue painter's tape for better adhesion. I'm gonna make the bed a little bit tighter, maybe try to squish the PLA a little bit more. If that doesn't solve it, we're gonna switch to blue painter's tape, and that will rectify the issue, because I don't personally like to use glue. So we're gonna try squishing it, and then we're gonna try the painter's tape. So let's see if that works. Okay, so I was really trying to avoid this because I don't particularly like using painter's tape, but I have had this happen a few times where the bed just won't adhere. The same thing happened on one of my CR-10 V2s, and I ended up having to use painter's tape for it. And you can't see it, but right behind you is the CR-10 V6, V5, whichever one that one is, and it has painter's tape on it because I cannot get it to adhere. So cheap painter's tape, fix the trick, much cheaper than a PEI sheet. Gonna lay this down and try again. All right, so as you can see, painter's tape makes a world of difference. We have adhesion right here. That's what all the gray is. Hopefully you guys can see that, but this gray lines right here are the brim that I always print for, you know, smaller prints, actually for larger prints too. But that's what's printing, and hopefully this will complete in the next 5 hours. So see you soon. All right, everyone, so as you can see, the print finished. I don't know if I can pry it off the bed here without using some tools. Yep, I don't want to break it, but it did finish. It finished very well. I'm gonna go ahead and pry it off here in a second, but it's looking well. So I'm very happy with this purchase so far. Let's go ahead and get this off the bed, check it out, and see if everything is up to par. All right, so here we have the completed owl house key. It came out looking really well. I took all the support material off of it. I have no complaints about it. Maybe I could just make the layer lines a bit smaller, but again, that's just a Cura setting, but overall, it looks really, really well. So I'm very happy with the way this came out. Again, this is in my Etsy store if you're interested and wanted to get one, but so far, this printer seems to be very well. Again, I think at the beginning of the video, I only got it for 200 bucks, maybe it was like 250 or something with shipping, but a lot less than buying one new. And again, this is my first used printer, so I have no complaints so far. Everything seems to be good. Oh wait, the one thing that there was a problem with, and I just remembered, was that one of the bed leveling nuts was actually missing. Again, not a big deal. I just took one of the ones off of the other printer that I'm not using at the moment. And I'm going to just order some more and have them come here tomorrow. But I have no other complaints. This has been a really good purchase. My first time again buying a used computer. I bought this off of eBay, and I'm not sure if the previous owner just was tired of 3D printing or if he couldn't figure out what was going on. I have no idea why he got rid of it, but I'm definitely glad he did because this is a great purchase. I plan to start using TPU, so this is my second of two CR-10 V3s. I think after this printer, this is gonna be it for CR-10s, or you know, the Creality brand. I'm gonna jump over to Bamboo and try their P1P because everyone's, you know, raving about that printer. So stay tuned for that video. But this has been an overall success. So I'm very happy that I didn't end up wasting any money and that our first 5-hour print came out extremely well. Actually, I think it was just a little bit shorter than 5 hours. What does it say? It says 4 hours, 49 minutes, 31 seconds. So we shaved a bit of time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you do plan to buy a used printer off of eBay, just message the person, make sure that there are no major problems like with the firmware or, you know, any, I don't know, something just major. Again, the guy who I got this from just said there was a few issues with PTFE tubing, and PTFE tubing is only located on one place on a CR-10 V3, so I was like, I feel confident that I can fix anything that's wrong with that. Anyways though, I will stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and until next time, stay boundless. See you all. Bye-bye.